Good morning, it's Brian here at Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. I want to show you this really stunning Civic GT. In this video, I'm going to show you the reasons that people buy these cars and the reasons why the next person is going to buy this car. They're really cool. And if there's any information you want on this car, please do not hesitate to call me 086 843 1945. Brian is my name, Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. Hopefully by the end of the video, if you're looking for a car that's quick, but it's still economical, but it looks really cool and it's a little bit different than the other cars that are on the market, then stay tuned. If you are looking at YouTube, if you would please subscribe, it lets me know that the video is useful. And if there's any information that you would like on cars that I'm missing on these videos, just let me know in the comment section below. The first reason anyone is going to consider this car is styling. I mean, look at that. It is so aggressive looking. These 1.5 turbo Honda Civics have lovely headlights at the front because they're LED. Which means basically then that your headlights, your full headlights, your dipped headlights, your indicators, your daytime running lamps, and even your front fog lights are all LED. And because it's a 1.5 turbo, it also gets headlamp washers. What's also cool on these 1.5s is you'll see on the bottom of the bumper there is two small skirts which just make the car a little bit more aggressive either side. And matching those aggressive skirts at the front is all the way down the side of the vehicle, these side skirts here. You'll also notice on this 1.5 there is no chrome on the car at all. Everything is black, and especially on a black car like this it comes together really well. And then we get around to the rear. I love those skirts along the bottom and I really love that exhaust. So you'll see the reason that someone's going to buy this car is definitely because it looks very cool, but it drives. So basically it actually looks aggressive, it drives aggressive. The engine then is this 1.5 litre turbocharged with VTEC variable valve timing unit, which results in a car that's capable of getting from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 7.9 seconds. Which is great out crack, but I suppose in fairness, most people don't technically pull over on the side of the road and start from 0. But you'll have fun going up through the gears like second and third. There's fun in each gear, so say for example second gear we're just after pulling onto the main road, second 40, up as far as 90 we're going to go into third, and up as far as 100. And it sounds pretty damn nice when you're driving it up through the gears as well. Say in a more civilised fashion, we're going to do 50 kilometers an hour, we're just after pulling onto the road, third gear, floors, turbos building up. I love that boost gauge, it just adds fun, we're at 100 kilometers an hour. So as you can see, this car, it looks cool, it is such a head turner. You pull into a petrol station one of these, people look at you, but it actually has the grunt to match the looks. And that's great, because they're the reasons that people like cars, but you know what? You want to be safe as well, and this car has lots of safety features. This little panel on the steering wheel here plays a massive role in safety on this particular car. Let's face it, roads are really busy these days and people are really busy too. So people are really tired with so much traffic, there's bound to be incidents. Well, this kind of car, it's going to help you stay safe. Starting off, the headlights have high beam support and they're fully automated, and so are the wipers. When you're driving through a country area, then the headlights will be on full. Once you come into something like a lit up area, the lights dim, but once you get back into an unlit area, then they go back into full. Once you meet oncoming traffic, they'll automatically dip. So this car has come over the hill, the headlights have dipped. Once the cars pass by us, the lights go into full automatic mode and headlights come on again. This kind of stuff means that you have less to do, which means you have more ability to concentrate on what's in front of you. The wipers are also the same. Wipers then will sense the rain depending how heavy it is, so it'll work on various intermittencies just depending how much water is falling. It's also going to be equipped with a speed sign recognition. It's got a little camera up front and it's always watching the road ahead. In this case then, as we're about to leave the town, we move from a 50 into a 60 zone, which the car has recognised, and actually it's a very short 60 zone, and then we move into an 80 zone. And while that's really cool by itself, it's got a really cool function in the fact that you can link it to the speed limiter. The speed limiter has two ways of working. I've got a limit which limits my speed, so I've limited to 90. I'm flooring the car, it won't go past 90. Or I can limit to the speed zone. We know it's 100 because it says 100 over here. The car's going to accelerate up to 100. And now it's telling us that we're exceeding the speed limit. We're going to slow down to 100. I'm going to floor it again. And it keeps telling us that we're exceeding. I'll tell you now that it's going to save you a speeding fine one of the days, but there's other things on this car that are going to try and keep you on the road as well. The lane change warning, so we have the assist up here, but the warning is down here. And it just means if I drift into the white line, you can see the vibrating steering, and it's pushed us back, but it's not actually trying to keep us. What it's doing is just going to keep ping-ponging from left to right. Not as comfortable, but useful just for a warning. If I'd used my indicator, there would have been no problem. This one here, which we'll have a look at, is the lane keep assist. With lane keep assist, I'll hit this button here. I've got a symbol up through here. As you can see, we're going to go around the corner. I know I shouldn't do it, but technically, the car is going to keep us between the two lines for about 10 seconds or so. And eventually then you'll see a warning coming in here, which is telling us that we need to get our hands back on the wheel. But I am covering the wheel just to be safe. The car is still guiding us up to the centre, and now it's told us, you know, put your hands back on the wheel. So basically, it's going to stop you exceeding the speed limit, and it's also going to keep you on the road, but it's also going to keep you away from the cars that are ahead of you. First thing we do is we set the cruise control. So turn it on, set it. At the moment then there is no car actually in front of us. So the reason that the silhouette is completely empty is that there's no car in front of us. We're just set like normal cruise control. So we're going to stay at 77 kilometers per hour. Once wherever traffic comes in front of us, you'll see the symbol has lit up to say that there is now a car identified by the camera. And we can basically now choose how far do we want to stay behind the car in front, so various distances, and the car will respect that. If the car in front slows down, we slow down. If the car ahead speeds up, we speed up until we get to that maximum of 90 kilometers an hour that we've set ourselves. So as you can see, the Honda Sensing kit, which is based on that part of the steering wheel, is trying to keep you safe on the roads, which, let's face it, are extremely busy and dangerous these days. Hopefully you're starting to get an idea why someone's going to buy this car. But you know what? There's also got to be reasons why someone's going to buy this particular car at our garage. This particular car actually has a full service history from the garage. It's a one-owner car from new, and we've actually dealt with this family for years. At the moment, the car is mid-inspection, but everything looks really good. Brakes look good, suspension looks good, but we're going to change 4 tyres to have it ready for the next customer. So when the new owner gets the car, they will have the peace of mind that everything has been done to Honda standard. Even things like looking at the spoiler on the front of this car, it's an area that can get marked very, very easily. But in this case, there are no blemishes whatsoever. And even this under tray along here, which sometimes can get scuffed from hitting things, again, in very nice condition. Underneath, all the way down through, it's in nice condition. And that exhaust is pretty damn cool. As we've already seen, there is a load of safety stuff on the steering wheel, but there's a lot of features throughout the car as well. And you know what's cool about these? You can actually pass them as a family car. In other words, you can have fun and still actually be sensible. On a personal level, I brought these cars on holidays in Ireland for the last 2 to 3 years. The boot is so big. It's just so user-friendly, and it's easy to pile up stuff. But what's great is, once you have everything piled into the car, you can still pull this across, and you've complete privacy. And even up on the actual boot lid itself, there's another cover, again for privacy. And to match this also, the rear windows of the car also have privacy glass. So again, keeping stuff safe in the rear of the car. Moving aside then, the back seats of the car have 3 headrests. They have 3 3-point safety belts. There's an armrest in through the centre. There's ISOFIX on both points. As I was saying to you, there are people that buy these cars, they want a bit of fun, but they still need something practical. Over on the door then, you can see there is tweeters up high for speakers, and there's also down low normal speakers as well. And in terms of size in the rear of the car, I am 6 foot. This is the headroom that I have over me. And then in front, this is the legroom that I have. So it's actually quite reasonable for this size of vehicle. This particular example is a GT model, which means I get a keyless entry. And what that essentially benefits you is going to be when you put your hand in here, you can automatically get into the car. Or similarly, if you hit this button here, you can lock the doors and also retract the wing mirrors. And like all Civics, even if you use the keys manually, you can actually do things like let the windows down and open up the sunroof. Or similarly, retract the sunroof and the windows and also the wing mirrors. This GT so features some unique features, which are things like the sunroof, which is not normally on models like the S Design. And it's also even got a blind spot indicator in the wing mirror, which is pretty damn cool. The benefit of that basically being when someone's on your blind spot, basically out of your line of sight, the wing mirror is going to warn you that someone's in your line of sight that you can't see. And there's one other thing actually, which is pretty cool on these GTs. Keeping with the idea of out of the line of sight, you can see the car is actually picking up things and objects that are outside of my immediate line of sight behind me. The GT also features this technology, which is wireless charging. So when you place your phone on the pad, it will charge without having to plug it in. And because it's GT, there's also heated seats for the passenger and also the driver. GT also has an adjustable suspension, so we can stiffen up the dampers to give improved handling performance. And as we saw a little while ago, the GT has this really cool stop-start button in through here. All the 1.5 Civics then have this really nice red instrument cluster, and it's going to give you information such as fuel, navigation, turbo meter, speed sign recognition we talked about earlier, audio and phone information. And from a point of view kind of setup, when you're sitting in the car, this is exactly what you're going to see in front of you. So you got your trucks up along here, which we've talked about already. Steering wheel controls for all the safety features over here. Controls over here for radio and trip meter. Push button down through here, and some of the features like parking sensors front and rear, and also the other things like the lane change warning and stuff like that. Over here in the center then we have an armrest with some drinks holders. There is an automatic park brake, the wireless charging we talked about, the climate control and Honda Connect system up through there. So looking around in terms of visibility, you've also got things like an electrochromatic rear mirror which darkens itself at night time. And this is the type of visibility that you're going to see in the car when you're sitting in it. The Honda Connect unit then, as we saw, has the reversing camera in through here then as well. It's basically things like audio, general settings, mobile phone setup, trip information, navigation, which is Garmin. But these days you're going to have either Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which is really, really cool. And like we said, like Garmin navigation is there. In fairness, Google Maps really has taken over from that. So where is the closest restaurant?
The nearest one I find is Kildare House Hotel Restaurant on Dublin Road. Let me know if I should call one of them or get directions for you.
So hopefully now by the end of the video, if you've managed to watch it all, I really appreciate it. If you do think the video is useful, please like it and please subscribe to the channel if you're watching on YouTube. At least I know the videos are useful. If you'd like to come see this car, or if you'd like information about it, or if you want information about trading in your own car, or if you want information about financing, Brian is my name. Call, text, WhatsApp, whatever suits, 086 843 1945. Or if you come to the garage in Kildare, just ask for Brian. Thanks for taking time to watch. Hopefully the video has been useful. Hopefully we get a chance to do business.